What? What? Oh.
What about cats?
Welcome to Things I Got Wrong, your general trivia podcast with a healthy dose of internet media things. I'm Ryan Bott.
I'm Rachel Miller.
I'm Stuart Hopkins.
Welcome back to trivia, guys. We're going to have another fun night. I hear it's still Christmas going on. Is that true?
I believe so. Christmas in the fort, at least.
In mid-February,
yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, it's super cozy here. We have the Yuletide log going. Stu and I have made a really cozy fort.
Yeah.
We thoroughly invite Ryan to come join us, but there's a rule. To be in the fort, you can't be winning.
One of us has to get booted out for us to all be in the fort.
Exactly.
Rachel, you were so good at trivia. Why do you do this to yourself?
I do my best because other trivia does more like history and geography and not media. You know I don't watch TV and have no idea what's going on in the world.
And there's something to be said about like buzzing in. Like pub trivia is way different, that you get the question, you get a moment to think.
Yeah.
And like it's kind of a different, like you're in your own like space. When you're here, there's
family.
Pressure. Right. There's pressure. It's on.
During the Jeopardy GOAT stuff, I was listening to some of the interviews and they would be like, what is the most important thing to like, do you practice? Do you do whatever? And Ken Jennings kept saying like 2 or 3 times across interviews, he's like, really the number one thing I do is just pay attention to Alex's voice. I just listen. Like I really hone in. Like I become one with Alex's voice, and that's how you get good at the buzzer. And like that's where a lot of people mess up, is that if you buzz too early before like the gate goes down, essentially, you get locked out for like a quarter second. And it's like that's where people screw up. And we were watching Team Jeopardy because that's way easier to get answers right to. And you would see people like, bah, 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 like, and then like get frustrated and they like throw their hands up trying to click and everything, and they wouldn't get it. And Ken was just like, you have to focus in on his voice. You learn his mannerisms and his cadence, and that's how you learn like exactly when to buzz in.
That's brilliant. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. It's a whole different game.
That totally makes sense.
I'm actually feeling like a bit of a failure of a girlfriend right now because I definitely can't tell.
That's okay. I can't either, but I mean, we just interrupt him anyways.
That's
true.
So we were talking a little bit. We were joking around about your YouTube video ideas, how we were talking about the Yule log, how like my number one goal, if maybe that'll be like a Patreon stretch goal one day to a Patreon we don't have, is we will do a Christmas Yuletide video where like an hour and a half in, the fire catches the whole set on fire, and all of a sudden, after an hour and a half of cozy Christmas music and fire, like the fire department has to break in and the whole set burns down and everyone goes crazy.
It's all chaos. I love that idea. And like
that would be the best video ever.
People would watch it on Christmas, like not knowing, right? Because you can't title it like, oh man, set disaster. You title it like Yuletide log 2 hours, and then guess what? That's the best Christmas story ever.
I think that's absolutely brilliant.
Like nature scenery and stuff for somebody to have in the backdrop or in the background, or maybe for meditation or whatever it might be. But our idea was, maybe at the hour mark in every video or so, somebody would do something weird and subtle in the background, like Sasquatch walks through the woods, or like if it's a creek, maybe some dude just like goes out there and like starts washing his shirt or like fishing, like who knows, just something absolutely insane.
You said meditation, and I just imagined like a serene meditation stones or yoga, and then just somebody in the background with like a Jamba Juice cup, just like slurping in the background.
Exactly. It's ridiculous. And it would only happen for a minute, and it's totally like you play it off like it's serious, and then you keep going.
That's awesome. I think there's a New Girl scene, because I've been watching the first season of New Girl again, where Nick, one of the characters, is trying to cut his own hair, and he's like, I'm watching the video, like I know how to do this, and then all of a sudden you just hear ah, oh no, and they're just like, oh my god, and he just goes, no wonder it had so many views.
That's exactly right.
So, all right, let's get to some trivia then.
Sure.
This is the 37th ever episode. We're climbing higher and higher. I can't wait till we get to 50. I don't know what we're going to do, but I can't wait.
Podcast pizza party.
There you go. And we have
Always
4
need a
rounds of
podcast
questions.
pizza party.
What's that?
I said we always need a podcast pizza party.
True. I agree. Each round a different theme and style, including some amazing new ones, including a user-submitted round.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So
I'm
exciting.
so excited.
We'll explain all of it when we get there, and these will answer and vie to earn all of the Yuletide points and mutual viral link destruction, something. So, if you're ready, we'll start, as always, with a general trivia. General trivia, question number 1. Each answer will be worth 2 points, so call out when you know it. Question number 1. What Danish-sounding company was created in 1961 in the Bronx and is now licensed to the Nestle company? What, in quotes? Stew.
Swiss Miss?
Not Swiss Miss. What I put in quotes, Danish-sounding company was actually created in 1961. Not Toblerone, although that's a pretty good guess.
That's a good guess.
It was created in the Bronx and is now licensed to the Nestle company.
Created in the Bronx and licensed to the Nestle company.
Danish-sounding name was created.
I keep thinking of cheese danishes. Like, I can't, my mind won't go off of that.
I can't think of anything. Gosh. Danish sounding. No, let me. No one cut me off. Danish sounding.
It might actually be fairly Dutch and German sounding as well.
Yeah, no, I don't have it.
This would be under the Nestle company, the ice cream company Haagen-Dazs.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Which I believe Das was a family name, and then Hagen is, if I understand right, is basically of the Haag, as in like of the city. So
Cool.
Created basically a completely nonsensical name. So
Interesting.
Haagen-Dazs.
Good.
No points there. Question number 2. It's kind of a long one. The Lagrange point. The Lagrange point is the point between two objects, such as the moon and the earth, where what part of it cancels each other out in such a way that the third object would stay stuck between them rather than being drawn towards. Yes.
What? See, Ryan, you say that I do so well at trivia, and you wonder how I end up in the fort. It's questions like these how I end up in the fort.
But if it's anything space related.
Oddly enough, this kernel of this question I also discovered while we were in France. I don't remember what gravity works differently.
It was quite earth shaking.
Metric gravity is way different than imperial gravity.
Oh my god.
The Lagrange point is essentially where two objects' gravity cancel each other out. So it makes more sense to think of like magnets almost, where something would just be stuck in the middle. Even as it's orbiting, the third party would just stay stuck there and not be drawn to the other orbits. So, question number 3. The black lemur is the only mammal other than humans to have what genetic trait that only about 17% of humans have?
That only about 17% of humans have?
Yes. Black lemur is the only mammal other than humans to have what genetic trait that only about 17% of humans have?
Stew? Double jointed?
Not double jointed. Rachel.
Green eyes.
Not green eyes. The black lemur is the only mammal other than humans to have what genetic trait that only 17% of humans have? I did put in quotations that only 17% of humans have, including your wonderful trivia host.
Blue eyes.
Yes, blue eyes.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
Nice.
Blue eyes.
Definitely thought more people had it than that.
Yeah, me too.
So.
The black lemur is the only other mammal to have blue eyes as a genetic trait, or that can have them.
What about cats?
Yeah, what about huskies?
I don't know, man. It said it on the thing.
I have a cat upstairs with blue eyes. His name is Skittles. He's beautiful. He's part Siamese. I'm calling bullshit.
I'm looking it up.
Are you sure it's not like
We're getting bolder.
Yeah. I'm going to post to the Instagram. I'm going to post a picture of Skittles and his beautiful blue eyes.
Yes, Sue, send me a picture and we can put a picture of Skittles there, and we're going to ask, is he real? Or is he photoshopped?
Is he photoshopped? Can
We're gonna
mammals
take a
have
poll.
blue eyes? Sorry to call you out, Ryan, but
No. It says the only other mammal. I wonder if it was the only other
primate,
marsupial or primate.
I think lemurs are marsupials, but I could. Is Stu's cat real or not?
Stu cat.
I said it to Ryan.
I believe his cat is real. I looked it up. Not his cat, but
Well, you're gonna get a text message with Skittles sitting at the kitchen island like a good boy waiting for treats.
I'm really curious now. I now that I'm on the spot, I can't come up with any Google searches that help.
I know, and I'm sorry to totally call you out on it, but mammal is definitely not the primate. I would totally believe 100%.
You know what? I got this from the San Diego Zoo, so
Well, San Diego
everyone go
sucks.
trash them.
Ryan, can you reread your question for a second?
What I have here is the black lemur is the only mammal other than humans to have what genetic trait that only about 17% of humans have?
Yeah.
Yeah, no way.
Although, okay, here's a thought.
It does say the blue-eyed black lemur is the only primate besides humans, but another spot that I had it mixed up.
Well, which is it?
Primate, totally.
Yeah. No, I don't know what to do about Rachel's point.
I mean, let's consider it primate. That's what the question probably was and was meant to be.
It should have been.
Should have been. Also, both of you now have a picture of my cat.
This is beautiful.
It's a very cute cat with very beautiful blue eyes.
Yes. And stripy fur.
So now I don't know what to do. I don't know how to give/rescind a point.
Skip it.
Yeah.
Oh, that just means Rachel doesn't get a point then.
That's normal.
All right.
Or just give Rachel a point then. Yeah, just call it.
All right, Rachel gets a point. Only one, because it was on the second question anyways. And I will be dead before I give half points.
Half points are a beautiful thing, and everyone should have them in their life.
All right, 1 point to Rachel there for my poorly researched lopsided joke. It is a joke. Joke of a question. All right. Question number 4. Which U.S. state has its 3 most populous cities all beginning with the same letter? I made the question. Question number 5. Angela Lansbury sang the title song for Beauty and the Beast. But before that, she also played a witch named Miss Eglantine Price. Eglantine Price, in which 1971 Rachel?
Dishearten this down.
Nope.
Rachel.
In which 1971 Disney musical movie?
What was the witch's name?
The witch was named Miss Eglantine Price. Not Fantasia.
Eglantine Price? In the 70s?
Yeah, 1971. Angela Lansbury played the title song in Beauty and the Beast, but before that, she played a witch named Miss Eglantine Price, in which 1971, I will say, live action Disney musical movie.
Live action?
Yes.
I don't think it's from the 70s, though. Stu. Pete's Dragon?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I got nothing.
Pete's Dragon.
Rachel? Is it Bedknobs and Broomsticks?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I loved that movie growing up. I absolutely adored it.
Well done. I think a lesser known one, especially today.
Oh, certainly. The Bedknobs and Broomsticks, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, all of those of that kind of era. People forget they exist.
I think most people know Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, but Bedknobs and Broomsticks, definitely flies under the radar.
If your kids haven't seen it, Stu, maybe actually wait a couple years for this one. But very, very good. I love it. I grew up on it.
I'm going to be honest. We had it. I remember looking at the VHS tapes of it several times when trying to pick out the Disney movie I wanted to watch, and I never watched it. I also was not a fan of live action stuff in general. Growing up, I liked the cartoons way more, so
Yeah.
I probably just always defaulted just skipping over it.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
Yeah.
But it is a good one.
And I watched a YouTube video multiple times to make sure I emphatically heard the pronunciation of eglantine, and I still screwed it up.
I honestly didn't remember the names because I was like, it's either Bed Knobs and Broomsticks or the witch from Sword in the Stone, but I can't remember.
That's
Yeah.
Madam Mim.
Ah, thank you.
Yes.
All right, 1 point to Rachel there. Question number 6, last question of the round. Who is the giant lumberjack legend with a large blue ox?
Stu!
Stu.
Paul Bunyan.
Yes.
Nice.
Paul Bunyan, created in 1916 by the Red River Lumber Company.
All right, so there is I guess I don't know if it's a chain or not, but there's a restaurant. It's a breakfast cafe in Wisconsin that my family would drive past every year when we take this, like a fishing trip up, right? And it has this giant ass statue of Paul Bunyan. And it's like right next to the cafe. Like it's literally like 2 times the size of the cafe. And it's called like Paul Bunyan's Pancake Shanty House or something. And like we never went there, but we'd always look at it and be like, what is that place? Like the most ludicrous, I gotta find a picture of it. It's ludicrous. It is absolutely ludicrous that they leaned hard into it.
Have a Things I Got Wrong road trip idea.
Oh my gosh, it would be a hot mess. It'd be great.
Oh, it's Paul Bunyan's Cook Shanty. That's what it is.
Cook Shanty.
Reminds me of the big old thing in Tulsa, Ryan.
Yeah.
I don't know, Tulsa's very famous for this big, huge statue dude of a cowboy. And I've seen it once, and all I got was confused.
He's not a cowboy. He's just like, he's an oil man. I think he's just called an oil man, but he's like I don't know, 80-foot tall, like way up tall, just like beigeish yellow colored oil man that's just like sticking straight up out of the ground.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's really bizarre.
That's super strange.
I have no idea. It just represents
Something.
oil in Oklahoma,
Oil.
I guess. I don't know.
Corruption.
Yeah.
Big brother watching over you.
Oh, God.
Let's keep going.
That is the end of round number 1. Good first game, pretty even. And this second round, I'm super excited about. This is a user-submitted round on Dutch trivia.
Yes.
Oh,
Netherlands
my gosh.
trivia.
Not going to do good, but I'm very excited.
Very excited. We're going to try.
So Willem from the Netherlands wrote in and had a lot of great things to say about the show and everything, and we got to talk quite a bit over email. He is a quizmaster in the Netherlands. Awesome. And wrote up a round with there was no bar to be set before this, but he has set the bar extraordinarily high.
Oh, man.
So I cannot thank you enough, Willem, for what you did. I really appreciate it. Really excited to use the round.
Thank you, Willem.
So question number 1. At over 20 million, the Dutch people have more of these than they have people, at roughly 1.3 per person. Yes.
Whoa.
Wow.
I was thinking like livestock of some sort, but
I was thinking tulips.
I was thinking tulips at first
Tulips would have been good.
But then people lose that one shoe on the highway, and those are like what dips it below to.
Those are the Dutch gangs are represented by old cobblestone.
I was gonna say, isn't that to mark like gang territory or drug dealers? Like,
Pretty sure.
Over 20 million bikes. They're everywhere. And yeah, people bike literally everywhere. It's a beautiful
good
place.
for them.
Being in the Netherlands back in February in Amsterdam, it was one of the most beautiful places I've ever traveled. And I would love to go back more often.
So cool.
Question number 2. Anne Frank is one of the most notable Dutch figures in history. Who was the person who released her diaries publicly posthumously in 1947? Rachel.
Her father.
Yes. This would be her father after they were returned to him and released them publicly. For an extra point, it's the only extra point of the game. What was the name of the fictional character that Anne often wrote her diaries to? This is a tough one. What is the name of the fictional character that Anne often wrote her diaries to?
I got no idea.
No answers. This would be to a fictional character named Kitty, where a lot of her journals, her diary entries were written to. So, 2 points to Rachel there. Question number 3. Who is the historical figure that the Dutch introduced into the U.S. and called the, quote, good holy man? His birthday is celebrated each year on December 5th, and Dutch folklore says he lives in Spain and travels by boat to the Netherlands every year, accompanied by his assistants. Yeah, I'll give you Santa Claus or St. Nicholas.
Nice.
Nice.
No, he actually wrote, I actually rewrote the question a little bit. The elves are, or had been in the past, certainly, a mark for blaxploitation and things like that. But as I did more research, it definitely sounds like that is all but gone away and has changed to no longer reflect that. So, but the Saint Nick part alone, is apparently lives in Spain and travels by boat to the Netherlands. I don't quite know how that works.
Okay. Historical. Netherlands used to be a territory of Spain.
Oh.
Years and years ago. Netherlands were a territory of Spain. They were like the Duchy of Orange. That's the color orange.
Oh.
They were so they were property of Spain for a long time, so it makes sense.
I did not know that. I just know our Santa Claus lives in the North Pole where it's real.
Okay. Deep breaths, Ryan. Deep breaths.
Question number 4. Many cities derive their name from French colonies, such as Brooklyn and Harlem. What world capital city's original name was Batavia and was renamed to its current name in 1942? This country is home to the largest Muslim population in the world. Rachel.
Jakarta?
Yeah, Jakarta.
Nice. I would not have gotten that.
Nicely done. Yeah, it's kind of a tough one for me. I think it's Batavia, but I wasn't quite sure the pronunciation. But yeah, this is Jakarta, or before changing its name in 1942 to Jakarta. So nice job. 2 points to Rachel there. Question number 5. This top Amsterdam soccer team has won the National League 34 times and is named after what Greek hero who is the son of King Telamon and played a huge role in Homer's Iliad? This top Amsterdam soccer team has won the National League 34 times and is named after what Greek hero who is the son of King Telamon and played a huge part in Homer's Iliad?
Okay, Rachel? Because most of the other characters have long names, I'm going to go with Ajax.
Yes.
Whoa.
Oh!
Nicely done.
Yeah, very nice. I couldn't think of anything other than like super long names. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's not any of those.
Like, it's not Achilles. I don't think it's going to be Agamemnon.
Right.
Could have put a
on
little
jersey.
clue about it also being soap, but I decided not to. So this is the Ajax team, or Ajax soccer team. Nice job. 2 points to Rachel there. Question number 6. Last question of the round. Although Amsterdam is the official capital of the Netherlands, the country can be characterized by 2 capitals, including what city that acts as its administrative center, housing the government and the court, as well as the UN's international...
Rachel, I was thinking about it because, just like, for example, I think it's Switzerland. One of our users can correct me if I'm wrong, where they have like the UN and stuff in Geneva, but they don't have any of their own governmental stuff. Isn't there too? And so I was trying to figure it out, but got to work on those voice timing things they talked about on Jeopardy.
This would be The Hague, housing the government, the court, as well as the UN's International Court of Justice. And that brings the end of the round. First, before I get to scores, halftime scores, thank you again, Willem, for an amazing round, for submitting us a ton. I think there were like 10 questions, and I boiled them down to the 6 and then changed the language of them just a little bit. But it was a fantastic round, and I truly cannot, like, you set the bar so high, and I really appreciate everything, all the kind words you had about the show and everyone here and the round itself. So thank you again to Willem. And You listening at home should also try to give us some topic ideas and user submitted stuff. I'd love to incorporate this a little more often. I know we'll have one sometime in the future around the Eurovision tournaments and stuff. So that's what's so great about our all of our different European listeners. We had so many people from England and other places. I mean, as I've always said, the Netherlands are our group of listeners from the Netherlands are our greatest asset and are the greatest humans of all time. As I've said since day one.
Wow. What about us, Ryan?
I've always said that. I've always known. I prophesized. This one should be a good one. It's a brand new round and a little bit more of a game theme to it, so I think we'll be good. This is 3 of a kind, where I will give you a list of 3 items that either belong to the same group that you need to name, or these are 3 items that share a similar same name that you need to name. So as a very, very simple example, if I were to say Snap, Crackle, and Pop,
Cereal.
you would say cereal, the Rice Krispies mascots.
Got it.
There you go. So I will give you 3 items. That's all the clues I have, and you need to give me the correlating name that applies to everything. So, question number 1. Dusty Bottoms, Lucky Day, Ned Niederlander.
I know. I was going to say, like, all of this is ringing a bell.
Rachel?
Mm-hmm.
Simpsons?
Not The Simpsons.
Okay.
Can you repeat the things again?
Dusty Bottoms, Lucky Day, Ned Niederlander. Oh, man. No
Stu?
guesses? Stu.
Are these like Kentucky Derby horses?
No. This is first question on 3 of a kind. This would be the 3 Amigos.
Oh.
Oh, man.
The 3 Amigos. No points there. Question number 2. Gold, myrrh, frankincense. I would have accepted wise man's gifts, yes.
There you go.
That would be gold, myrrh, and frankincense, yes. I still don't really know what frankincense is, but I think it's a cool word.
It's like a perfume. It's in a lot of perfume. That's the best way to describe it.
I just like
bet
the
it
word
smells like
frankincense.
We can name our first cat Frankincense.
That's
Maybe
an
it'll have blue
adorable
eyes.
cat name.
I like
That
putting
is-
frankincense in at the arcade machine. Question number 3. PlayStation project name. The God of Dreams. The Matrix Prophet. No, not Oracle.
Oh, that was a good. Can you repeat the things?
Yeah. PlayStation project name. God of Dreams. Matrix Prophet. Any other guesses first?
Rachel?
Rachel.
Halo?
Not Halo. Stu.
God of Dreams?
God of Dreams, Matrix Prophet, PlayStation project name.
Oh, Apollo? No. Morpheus. God!
Oh.
I was like, that was my guess for the last time I heard that question. Darn it.
Morpheus. One of the, I can't remember if it was PlayStation VR or PlayStation 4 project name, the God of Dreams, and
I thought you were saying,
the Oracle makes sense. Although, yeah, I mean, splitting hairs a little bit, but.
and I thought you were talking about the PS1 because you just said PlayStation, and so that threw me way off.
It's all the host's fault. It's all his fault.
Question number 4. Triangle. River. The letter D.
Rachel,
Rachel.
hear me out. Roman numerals.
No. Heard you out. Hear me out. I have no idea. Triangle. River. The letter D.
I thought it was Stu.
Stu.
Are these Greek letters? Like,
Not Greek letters.
because like, yeah, the river is what threw me off, but I was like, maybe it's a squiggle or something. I don't know.
See, that's how I got to the Roman numerals.
Right,
It's
right,
like-
and that's right. That's why I gasped when you said that because I was like, that's got to be it. And no, that's not it.
You guys are on the right track, but you need the same name. You need the shared name here. Triangle, river, the letter D. This would be Delta.
Oh.
I was on the right track. Darn it.
You're very much on the right track. That the delta of a triangle,
the
a river delta,
Oh my gosh.
and
Wow.
the letter D.
Nice.
We're playing high
really
level
abstract.
Nice.
That's really abstract thinking, man.
here. Question number 5. Julius Caesar character, Thrilla boxer, large captive crocodile. Not Brutus. Any other guesses?
Rachel.
Mark
Antony.
Not Mark Anthony.
Antony.
No, Mark Antony.
Can you repeat the things? The hints?
Julius Caesar character, Thrilla boxer, large captive crocodile.
No.
Any other guesses? You're on the right track with Julius Caesar character or people in the Julius Caesar story. Thrilla boxer would be the Thrilla in Manila, and large captive crocodile was the largest captive crocodile of its time. This would be Cassius clay or Cassius. Cassius would be the common name I needed.
Nice. Okay.
The Thrilla boxer would be Joe Frazier versus Muhammad Ali, or his board name of Cassius. 0 points
You are
there.
doing deep digs.
I like this though. This is really
I do
hard.
too.
but
It's
I
very
like
hard.
it.
I like it.
Question number 6, last question of the game. Honda car, Homer's story, Mario game.
Oh.
This would be the Odyssey. Homer's Odyssey, the Honda Odyssey, and Mario Odyssey.
I have all 3 of those things.
Really?
Yes. It's awesome. I like it. It's a good car. Dude, the minivan rocks. You can't knock the minivan. There ain't no shame in the minivan.
Ain't no shame in a minivan. That song comes stock in all minivans.
Do you know what else does? Headphones.
You should not be
Does
wearing
sanity
headphones while you're
also?
driving.
Does that come?
No,
Or is that an
that's-
extra fee?
That's extra fee. That's a lot of extra
That's
money.
the premium package.
Yeah.
All right. But it's still anyone's game because we are bringing back Family Feud.
You said on the last question, you said last question of the game. As a heads up.
I meant last question of the round.
There we go. Okay. Let's do this. Family Feud.
I will go around the horn. I'll start with each player where you have to give me an answer to the question based on Family Feud, top 100 answers on the board style. Then the next person will get a chance to top that. Person who ends with the highest answer will get 2 points. We'll start with Rachel. This is only going to Rachel. If you got stuck in the desert, what would you want to have with you?
Water.
Water is the number 1 answer on the board. I don't remember how we did the last game. Am I going to give an extra point for hitting the number 1 answer right off the top?
Yes, you can.
That's true.
But
With
I'm not
56 of 100 votes guessing water. I'll give Rachel 3 points. We'll play this round this way. Followed by food, a cell phone, a camel, and a friend.
To die with, yeah, to starve with. I'm surprised nobody said a hat.
All right. Stu, the next question will go to you. Besides Family Feud, name a TV show with family in the title. Family in quotations.
Family Matters?
Family Matters is number 2 on the board with 24 points.
Oh, God, now I know.
Family Guy is number 4 with only
Oh my-
11.
No way.
Rachel, can you get the number 1 answer?
Modern Family? It's the
Not
only
Modern
one.
Family, although that's a good one. Not on the board.
Okay.
All in the Family is number 3. So
Family
Adam's
Ties?
Family is number 5. Family Ties was the number 1 answer.
Darn it. I was going to go with that, but I was like, I don't know if that's going to be the one.
Ryan, do you have a year for these? I don't know if if some of
Right.
these you can give us a year on them so
No,
that
I
we
was
can
I
kind of
don't,
get an
but
idea.
because Family Guy is on the board, it certainly would have been within the 2000s.
Yeah. But I
guess
just know
it's
like
true.
Modern Family would be in like the last 6 or 7 years. That's why I asked,
Yeah.
actually.
With Family Ties being on the board, you might think that it was like in the 70s or 80s, but
Right. That's what I was anticipating. Yeah.
so yeah, the 2 points to Stu there for top with Family Matters, but it goes Family Ties with 44, Family Matters with 24, and then down the line is All in the Family, Family Guy, Addams Family. Da 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 da. All right. Name something that causes people to change seats at the movies. Tall person in front is number 3. Rachel, can you beat tall person in front?
Talking?
Noisy neighbors is number 2. Stu, can you beat noisy neighbors to get the number 1 answer? Name something that causes people to change seats at the movies.
Too loud. I get like you can't hear it enough. That's noisy neighbors, but I'm saying like you can't hear the movie enough, so like you gotta move seats.
When have you ever not been able to hear the movie?
I don't know. The other answers were picked. Why else?
So Rachel's gonna get 2 points there
What was number 1?
for noisy neighbors. So I'll go from number 5 was affectionate couple with 4 points, dirty or sticky seat with 6 points, tall person in front with 18, noisy neighbor with 30, and the number 1 answer you would change seats at a movie is because you want a better view. Also, if you get the chance to watch Family Feud bloopers, it's worth it.
Oh my God, yes.
They're great. All right, this one goes back to Rachel. Name a place where you would find yourself watching the clock.
Work.
Work is the number 1 answer on the board with 57.
Sorry, guys. I just get...
Water, work, wumbo.
Hey, it's just the way it's listed. We have
That's what he says.
Water, work, winter.
they're right in front of me. Name a place you would find someone watching or find yourself watching the clock would be work, school, place of worship, doctor's office, and airport. So
Nice.
3 points to Rachel there. I've never been nervous about the way I've scored a game before, but
Now you wish you could do half points, don't you?
no, God, no.
Okay.
Stu, question number 5. Name a profession that requires really good balance.
Tight like a circus performer or a tightrope walker.
Yes, tightrope walker is the number 1 answer on the board.
Woo. Take those points.
Tightrope walker, acrobat, gymnast, trapeze artist, ballerina. All right. The last question of the game. Name something people associate with the Swiss. Swiss cheese is the number 1 answer on the board.
I knew it.
Cheese, Alps, chocolate, watches, and Swiss bank account. All right, that is the end of the game, and the scores are as follows. Stu climbing well out of the fort with 7 points.
It's because
And
it's on fire.
the fire tripped
You
up.
know. Climbing out, running out, you know.
And that is the end of the game. That was a lot of fun. Thank you again, Willem, for the amazing round. Let's get to some picks. Each episode, a couple of us give a movie, a game, an experience, or something like that we recommend you check out. And today, Stu has a pick.
I do. Mine is it's a YouTube channel. And I mean, I guess it's fairly popular, but it's a YouTube channel of this guy called Nakey Jakey. And I can't really describe the channel.
I have an assumption of what it's about based on name alone.
No, it's nothing close to that. It is basically it's one guy named Jake, and he just is talking about like mostly video games, or just kind of like nerd culture or things from his childhood or whatever. But his format is hilarious, and it's pretty indescribable. He sits on an aerobics ball in front of a green screen, and just kind of talks in front of like the video that he's created and made, and it's wild. I mean, I haven't like cried laughing so hard from like, especially just from like a random thing that I found in a long time. But his videos are both heartwarming, touching, and just pee your pants hilarious. He definitely, he's kind of got a little bit of a crass sense of humor, but it's like nothing else. I especially love the video that he does about torrenting music and like LimeWire and stuff. It's fantastic. So the YouTube channel is called Nakey Jakey. It has nothing to do with nakedness. It's just this guy named Jake and some funny videos that he makes.
All right. I have no way to follow up on this. I've never heard of it, but
I don't expect anybody to, but seriously, you got to go watch it. I die laughing at his stuff.
All right. Nakey Jakey. I have a pick. I have a book. As I've said before, I'm a big proponent of not only reading, but of the library. And I would, my pick is not to go get a library card, but if you do not have a library card, go get a library card. They're awesome. And this is a book and really a series of books that I have checked out multiple times, both physically and in ebook. And I keep coming back to them multiple times. Like I wanted to have the books so that I could just like write in them and take notes in them and like almost study them in some ways. This is a book called Steal Like an Artist. The author is Austin Kleon. It is just a book about creativity, about kind of getting unstuck, being unabashedly an artist. A lot of just tips on just taking notes, having a great workstation to be a creative, just the idea of doing good work, caring about what you're doing, using your hands to do projects, getting away from the screen, everything that comes into being creative or creating art or anything of the sort. Just thinking outside of the box, just the different things that you can do of, simple things that just kind of unlock creativity, even things like, taking a Sharpie to a magazine or a newspaper and kind of blocking out quotes and creating your own almost like poems or something in there, just like all sorts of little things, just about just being creative and kind of getting back in touch with that sort of thing. The idea of like side projects and hobbies and stuff like that. So it's a really, really quick read. Basically every section is a page or two, and they're just kind of quick kind of tips or quick, ways of approaching things. It's a book I've returned to a lot of times over the last couple of years. And I decided now it is worth owning just so that I can, continue to kind of study it and feed off of it. So that is the book Steal Like an Artist. It's one of 3 in this sort of series. But it's a really, really good one if you're a creative type at all and want to kind of jump into some of that. It's a really good read by the author Austin Kleon, Kleon.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, Ryan, I've heard you talk about this before. It sounds great.
Yeah, it's really fun. And it's hard to describe because it's a very simple book. And the book has a lot of just pictures, like all sorts of just sort of like index cards written on with Sharpie, like, it's really the idea of the more you can simplify or the more you can focus in on something, the more you can unlock creativity. And that's something I really believe. It just, taking different sources of stuff, like the simpler you can make something, generally, the easier it is to tap into something, the more profound it is. Nobody a lot of people tell themselves they're not a good artist, they're not anything. But if you say, take a Sharpie and draw a flower, you probably can do that because it's a simple task.
Yeah.
Just breaking your mind out of like creativity has to be perfect first, and then being like, kind of creating and doing art like you were a kid again. And I've definitely taken these notes and these, just these kind of small exposés and taken them and ran with them over the last couple of years. And it's something that's meant a lot to me. So Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon.
Wonderful, Ryan. We will add it to our list and on our picks. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm gonna buy this for somebody. Like, straight up, this is awesome. That's such a cool book, and just kind of a reminder to get back to your roots for creativity and stuff. I know several people that would really like this. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. And then if you're listening in at home and you have a pick of your own, or you have something that you think the listeners would enjoy, I would love to have a pick that is user submitted every week if we could. So if you have something cool, a movie, another book of this sort, anything like that, email it to us at thingsigotwrong@gmail.com. Check out the Twitter and the Instagram at thingsigotwrong, and check out the website thingsigotwrong.com for all the past episodes, show notes, and everything else. Our next episode will be released in the end of February. It will be our first ever Leap episode, as it were. Thank you to the team here, and until next time, we will see you later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.